Yeah, everything is in-house these days.
Everything, yeah. But I mean, it always was. We just used to use like some of the label distribution channels, but nowadays with everything in the digital way, you really don't need that unless they're giving you some huge marketing push.
Catch me, I'll be on my mission. Catch me, candid for these lenses. Catch me, one day whipping in these benches. Catch me, catch me, catch me. Catch me, like we playing on. Roll one, and you gon' sing along. Hey, sip some, and you gon' get your dance on. Catch me, catch me, catch me, drowning in ambition now.
Good to be here.
Yeah, guys, welcome to the show to Culture Leaders. Thank you for coming through and taking your Saturday afternoon with us.
Excellent, good to be here, man. Thanks for having us.
You're welcome, you're welcome. Ryan, how are you guys feeling today?
We are really feeling very, very good. Tired, but good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Oh, yeah. Speaking to the cameras. Tired, but good. How are you guys doing, the viewers?
Guys, it's been such a long time since your fans, the Locnville fans, have been heard of any new things that's happening. Let's start with that. What you guys been up to these past few years, eh?
Yeah, we've been up to a whole bunch of different things. I mean, Brian here had 2 kids in the meantime. He's been active.
Indeed.
I myself have been, all over the world, kind of doing my own thing. I was in Serbia for quite a while. We've gotten into different businesses. A lot has gone on in the past couple of years.
In fact, we've actually barely even seen each other.
It's true.
To be honest, this is actually like the first time that we've seen each other in months. Like actually this week. So basically, we've been doing things kind of separately. But I think going into the new year, we're both keen to get a little bit creative again and put some new stuff out. So and have some fun again. Doing it independently. We don't have any labels telling us what to make this time round. So it's going to be fun.
So it's independent. You guys are doing everything independent, your own label.
Yeah, everything is in-house these days.
Everything, yeah. But I mean, it always was. We just used to use like some of the label distribution channels, but nowadays with everything in the digital way, you really don't need that unless they're giving you some huge marketing push.
Andrew, you're taking a deep dive into DJing. What drew you to this side of the music industry?
It was one of those things. I was actually living in Serbia for quite some time over the last couple of years. Obviously Brian's got a family now. So, living our own separate lives. And then I was still sort of doing music in my spare time. Doing the Locnville thing logistically wasn't really viable at the time. So I decided to kind of delve into doing my own solo thing. I'm a huge fan of the whole kind of Afro tech, Afro house sound, so I sort of wanted to, experiment with that a bit more. And so basically just started making some stuff over there, started working with the independent label out of Germany, and basically, just started doing my solo thing out in Serbia, and it kind of grew from there. And so on the side, it's still something I'm pursuing. I'm certainly not doing it every day. I do it when I can, and really just having fun with it. I'm not really taking it too seriously. I think it's a lot more simple than the Locnville name. If I remember correctly, I was watching Django Unchained. And I really like the game Jenga. So the whole Django with the DJ spelling, and I thought Jenga with the DJ, and that was it.
That's very neat.
That brain, you have to live in it. My brain runs 1,000. Good question. So I've been super family oriented, obviously, for the last 4 years, and it's taken a lot of time. I think I was probably not as ready for it. I don't think anyone's truly ready for it. In terms of how it's changed my take on the music industry, I think if anything, it just makes me be very wary about sending my kids into the entertainment industry. Let me be very clear when I say I don't think that I'll be sending my kids, or at least pushing them, into the entertainment industry in any way.
Why is that, may I ask?
For a bunch of reasons. I mean, I think it's if you have something set up, I mean, if you have something set up for a more long-term approach, so if you've got like whatever the case may be, studios, production companies, event setups, or whatever the case, I mean, we've moved into like digital finance, we've got property things. So I think as long as you've got things that are set up like that, then absolutely go and pursue it. But the truth is, I mean, your chances of making it nowadays as a successful artist isn't the same as it was, you know, back even when we started, you know, 15 years ago. Nowadays, music is very flash in the pan. It's very hot now, and then it's gone tomorrow. So,
and no one's buying CDs. Everyone's like,
no one's buying CDs. The money isn't the same
there. Yeah,
yeah. So I think in general, I just don't think it's not something that I would push them towards personally. Good question as well. I think stepping away from the spotlight and being able to focus on family for me was really, really important. I think I speak for the both of us when, you know, especially those first initial years of Locnville taking off were, you know, we had some great times, but there was a lot of stuff that came with it. The constant fame and attention definitely had some downfalls. So being able to actually step away and focus on family, and, you know, barely leave the house too much, it was actually really nice. I know it might sound a little bit corny, but I feel like it gave me a chance to sort of find out more who I am and actually focus on the things that I really truly care about.
These are good questions that are being asked. You're forcing me to think a bit here.
I don't want to think today.
But yeah, I mean, I think in all honesty, for me, certainly over the past few years, I think we really kind of have discovered who we are individually as people. You know, for a very long time, pretty much everything we did was together, you know, from when we were little kids sharing a room together, we were at school together, in our early 20s, we were living together, we were, you know, our career was together, everything was together. So it sort of kind of came as this package, I guess. And then, yeah, over the last, I would say maybe 4 or 5 years, I think both of us have really come into our own and in some way kind of, you know, discovered our own individual identity, and that obviously shapes how we sort of handle everything nowadays. It certainly gave me the chance to sort of delve into my own solo journey with Jenga and everything like that. I've been all over the world in the last couple of years. I've learned new languages, experienced all sorts of different cultures. Yeah, just been through a lot of change. I mean, I got married, divorced, you name it. It's been a whirlwind couple of years, and I think any sort of experience like that will essentially actually kind of teach you what you're capable of. So certainly that for me. I miss my brother, man.
Yeah, no. It's actually funny. So we were actually just chatting about this. I think that there's actually a perfect balance. We do love working together, but obviously in terms of working so much together all the time, I think at this point in our lives, it just isn't really feasible. But to find the fact that we're sort of coming together and saying like, hey, let's make some new music again for the first time in years, I think shows that a little bit of time apart helps bring everything back together again at the end of the day.
For sure, yeah.
So Andrew, how does DJing compare to your time?
You know, in all honesty, I would say that there is a lot of similarity. I mean, you know, sort of how Locnville evolved, I guess. I would certainly say that from a performance perspective, I was sort of more kind of focused, you know, on the decks, making sure the mixes are all sorted and everything like that. Brian's a great performer, you know, he can really get the crowd going. I think, generally speaking, I'm a little bit more introverted, so that kind of suits my personality better. So yeah, sort of taking that and then just kind of making it my own. You know, I'm not a huge fan of singing. I don't necessarily. I love to make, you know, cool mixes and discover new stuff. So I think it certainly helped me kind of gather that skill to the point where I can do my own thing, and I'm really having fun with it, you know.
I'm not even sure I have a creative side anymore, to be honest with you. Family life can definitely take it out of you. But to be fair, I mean, I haven't really written much in the last few years. But at the same time, we did come out with "Be My Love" with Max Hurrell, and that I wrote, within the last 2 years. Yeah, listen, I think creativity is something that never really leaves, but it definitely needs to be exercised a little bit, and I haven't been exercising the creativity, but I'm looking forward to getting back into it, because I love writing songs, and I love being in the studio. So yeah, I hope that answers the question. For sure, I think my debut set was the most exciting. It was actually a really interesting story how it all came about. I was in Belgrade in Serbia at the time, and Sona, Black Coffee's son, was actually coming through to one of the venues that I used to hang out quite a lot. And then I saw that he was coming through, and I was like, wow, that's incredible. I'd love to link up. So I just popped him a message over Instagram, and ended up meeting with him at this lovely restaurant, had a dinner with him and the promoters, and then it was actually pretty much him that sort of kind of introduced me to these guys that basically got me onto the scene there. So yeah, that first one was a significant thing for me. Debuted with a 4-hour set, which I'd never done before, and yeah, so super grateful to him for setting that up. And it was a moment of, this is really cool. I can do something by myself in a completely new country. Yeah, it was very exciting. So I would say that was probably the best one so far for me, was the actual first one. I don't think they specifically know about Locnville, and they haven't been to a live show, neither one of them. But my son Rome is a big fan of "Be My Love," so he does sing that one quite often. I think it kind of goes hand in hand, to be honest. Creativity is one of those things you can't really time. So, you go through waves, and so essentially when I'm making music, I rarely kind of go into it with the end result in mind. I sort of just start and see where it goes. So, whether I'm wanting to make stuff personally or wanting to make stuff for Locnville, one of the two will end up coming out. So if I'm focusing on one in some sort of way, I'm focusing on the other. So I really think they ultimately go hand in hand. Oh yeah. Listen, I mean, this is something that we've actually been discussing for a while. I think the chances of us sort of doing one final album, big sort of finale, I think that is very much in the works. We do have some stuff planned. I hate to hit everyone with the line, but we can't say anything yet. but yeah, there's definitely going to be some announcements coming up. We have every intention of doing at least one more kind of final sayonara.
I think we've been talking about this for the past 3 years.
Yeah.
Certainly for me, I've learned that I'm a lot more resilient than I originally thought. Sort of going on my own solo journey in a completely new country, didn't know the language, anything like that, completely by myself, was a bit intimidating. I don't really think I'd completely thought it through. But, I very quickly built myself a life, picked up the language, learned the culture, went all over the show, and really just, ended up building something for myself. And I think that was sort of proof to me that I could do that in an individual capacity, which obviously feels great,
Same as you, right?
Sorry, hit me with the question again.
The question, what do you think what do you think each of you has learned about yourselves during this past time apart?
Yeah, actually, I think I will pretty much second what Andrew said. I've learned to adapt a lot. 2020, obviously, when the whole COVID thing happened, I know it was tough for everybody, and it was obviously very tough on the entire entertainment industry as well. And in the middle of all that, I got hit with having my first son. So it was basically like having my life ripped away from everything that I'd built. We couldn't perform, we couldn't do anything. And then I had a son, and it almost kind of seemed like everything was imploding at the time. And within a year, I'd managed to just completely turn it around, into a new industry, built up a new business. I'm now very, very happy, very blessed. I have 2 kids now. So yeah, I think resilience and being able to adapt, I think, was my biggest lesson of these last few years.
I think it looked
heavily auto-tuned, pink hair, rings in our nose, bro. We coming out with like an MGK style album. No, I don't know. I think you're gonna have to wait and see. I think
it'd be. I think honestly, they like exactly what you see right now.
Yeah, we trying to like make something. I think that's going to be authentic. Something that the fans of the original stuff are going to enjoy, and then stuff that also feels authentic to us. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what it's going to be. And I think for me at least, I want to give something for the fans that have really been there for a long time for us. I want to give them something that they're really going to enjoy.
Yeah, and it's a completely different process. Kind of going back to the whole point that. We're really kind of doing everything, way more in-house than we've ever done it. We're not sort of answering to any majors or anything. We're not trying to make radio hits and stuff like that. I think exactly like he says, it's going to be authentic. It's going to, come from the heart, I guess.
Awesome, Brian. Has your kids ever dragged you into TikTok yet to do any challenges?
No, luckily not. And but in their defense, I don't think that they're old enough yet. I mean, my son's only 4 and my girl's turning 2 next month. But I'm sure that time will come. I'll probably get dragged into all sorts of stuff I don't want to. But we'll see.
Yeah. So Andrew, for Locnville, what's the vision for 2025? What can the fans expect?
I think what you can expect is just, something new. I think we're busy trying to figure it out ourselves. We certainly have a plan. There's some things that we've been working on kind of quietly in the background. But in terms of what to expect what you haven't heard or seen before. And I mean that in a variety of ways. You can essentially expect to hear the story that you didn't hear before.
Mm-hmm. One final question, and this goes to both of you guys. If you could pass one piece of wisdom from your career to the fans, what would it be? Fans?
Are you assuming we have wisdom? That's a brave question.
You guys have been in the industry for such a long time. Surely you guys have learned a few things that you can give to those upcoming artists that's in the industry, especially South African artists.
Yeah. So my honest advice would be. Make sure you surround yourself with the right people who are going to have your best interests at heart. It is a very competitive industry, so just surround yourself with good people. Make sure you are loving what you do and give it your all. I think the biggest advice I can say is if you're going to into entertainment, enjoy it and do it properly and give it your all, and it will come back to you.
Okay. Same as you.
I mean, honestly, I think my first advice would be don't.
Actually, no, I'm going to change mine.
but if that's really what you want to do, and you then go for it and give it your all. I think that is actually the key word there is unique. There's a lot of people trying to be the next Drake or the next this or the next that or whatever. But you're going to pass everyone by because no one cares. You've already got Drake. You've already got Billie Eilish. You've already got all these people. You need to offer something unique.
I mean, just the first shout out to Couch Creators for having us on.
Thank you very much.
And thank you to
Always a
everybody
pleasure.
watching. In terms of where to find us, we are on most of the social media at Locnville, so at LOCNVILLE, and we should be starting to make some announcements fairly soon.
Yeah, and in terms of where to find me, I honestly don't know. I don't even know yet. But yeah, like you said, stay tuned on the social medias and everything like that. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff. So yeah, be expecting some new things. It's going to be exciting.
There you have it. Signing out. Don't you have like a sign out or something that you guys do normally do?
A sign out.
Yeah.
we just
like a funny dance.
we just literally drop the mic and walk out.
Sip some, and you gon' get your dance on. Catch me, drowning in ambition now. Wet, turning all these tables now. Blip, burning all these bridges